This is Group Ironman, like you've never seen it before. Plum, the Huntsman, Tellacon, the Bard, and Christylize, the Scout. Restricted classes, randomized spawn locations, insane abilities. These legends will face the ultimate challenge. They will need to work together to survive. This is your Season 1 roster for Legends Survival.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of Chris's Legends series that me and Caleb are kindly participating in, and it's been a fun ride. Now, this is episode 2, episode 1 was on Chris's channel. If you've not checked it out, the link will be in the description. Please go watch that first, it was a fun episode. If you want a recap, let's do one. Bard edition. Disclaimer, I'm not a singer. I was scared of flinching skeletons. I was scared of PKers and being in the wildy. Oh, all my friends are getting XP. I'm an outcast and a figment of their dreams. And I leveled up. Caleb climbing down to the Warrens. Chris is getting frog randoms. I wanna be their right-hand bard. I am stuck stabbing these things all alone. Sick of all these damn bones, cause I wanna make the mainland.
So I'd like to propose that my next orienteering token goes to you.
I would be down with that.
I wanted to make sure because I'm not just going to force it on you. Not trying to make the grind too easy for you, but I also want to make sure I'm being a team player early on because I've got a little bit of progress. I think now you've seen Tellacon spawn. I think he's going to be there long enough for me to get my third orienteering token, maybe even my fourth. So I'll be gifting to him next, but I'd like to give you the second one. So if you're cool with it, I'm going to knock out these levels and then I'm going to send you over a token.
So as you can remember, last episode we got 75 total, which means we get a new chunk. Now, before we unlock that, Chris has got something important to say.
Hey guys, listen, Tella.
What?
I think you've been struggling, man, so I want to help you out.
Nah, it's been fine, man. It's only 13 hours hitting skeletons.
Yeah, well, regardless, you have no choice. I'm giving you my token, man.
What does that do again?
The orienteering token, you get to choose a direction, north, south, east, or west.
No diagonals. Aww.
No diagonals. And you'll roll between 2 and 5, so 2, 3, 4, or 5. Whatever it lands on, that's how many chunks you're unlocking.
Okay, so now that that's been explained by the man himself, the chunk we're actually going to be unlocking is this one. And the reason that we can do that is because this is the Wildy Slayer Cave, and this is the Wildy Slayer Cave, so they're actually connected. So let's actually go and run through that now. Man, this place is dead.
Alright, step 1 here, we are going to go up to the bank, like we said we would, and we're going to check on those goodies that Chris has given us. Oh boy, would you look at this. Chris here has given us a hefty amount of shrimps and anchovies. We now have some food to help us on our defense training grind with an iron dagger, as well as some logs. Although now that I am in a bank chunk like this one, I have access to train my wood cutting and my fletching on my own now. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna deposit all the herbs into our group storage that I've gotten, so when we're ready, those herbs will be good to go. Looks like we've also got some bronze swords and wooden shields in there for our good friend Tellacon when he gets some bank access. If he ends up dying out there in the wilderness, he will have access to just a couple more swords and shields in case he needs it. So if we come over here to the fishmonger, we will be able to trade with him. Remind me again here, Chris, what items is it that you need right now?
So I need that fishing bait. Just like 5 or 10 of them is fine. And feathers, 5 or 10 of them. Fly fishing rod and bait fishing rod.
Fly fishing rod, bait fishing rod, and you said about 10 feathers?
Yeah, 10 of each.
All right, we got that. While I'm here for myself, I'm going to buy myself back my small fishing net to get my fishing up. We are now depositing our fishing supplies into the group storage for Mr. Christylize.
Oh, we definitely have enough fish to hit that threshold. We have 381 shrimps to do this with. I think we just go ahead and knock it out. I'm going to go cook all of this up. Any guesses in the chat, you let me know. You tell me right now what you think my cooking level is going to be after cooking everything in my bank. Bro, I know you're over there freaking out, but I have something else for you to freak out for right now. But we just hit total level 125, and we're not even close to being done with the food that we need to cook. So, Clum, are you ready to accept your orienteering token?
Absolutely.
Just to kind of go over the options for you guys one more time, let me show you what we're dealing with. What we have in this area. This is one of the options we can unlock. This is one of the options we can unlock. There's sand crabs in this one, which I can't kill anything, so this would be a wasted chunk for me to unlock. This one is a huge contender for us to unlock because this would just be a free, naturally unlocked chunk for us. There's nothing for us to do here. So this would be really good. This would give us the items we need to eventually get to Hunter. We still have to get the tertiary unlocked to unlock Hunter, and we're just probably 2 chunks shy. So with that in mind, I am focused on trying to get our tertiary unlocks done as quickly as possible. This 9260 chunk is the one that we are going to unlock. And as we just checked on the chunk finder, there are no items there, no spawns, just this little path. So this is freely unlocked for us. Brings us up to 1, 2, 3, 4. We are 1 shy of unlocking Hunter.
So, this is the other end of the Wildy Slayer Cave, and this is the chunk we're unlocking. Now, we're going to use that orienteering token already, and we're going to use it west, because this gets us to Ferox, and can unlock us the Crazy Archaeologist. So, first things first, we've got to go roll between 2 and 5. Okay, so this is our pick a wheel. I'm hoping for at least a 3. 5! Okay, that's awesome. If we go back into game now, this is incredible, considering I've been locked to 1 chunk for 13 hours. Okay, so we log back into game, we've got this chunk, and we chose west, so now we get to unlock 5 lots. So, first one is this. 1, 2. Now, I've spoken to Chris about this, and because this one has a cooking range, and I'm a bard that gets these for free, this doesn't count to the 5. So that's 3. Well, that's still 2, sorry. 3, 4, 5. We've actually got all the way through to the Troll Stronghold and Trollheim. Now, we can't access them at the minute. However, it is really useful to have for the future. We've got the Crazy Archaeologist. This is incredible. Also, while we're at it, we've now unlocked the Ferox Enclave because there's a pub here, and we also get pubs for free. Nice. Let's go exploring. We have the obelisk too, that could be a fun unlock. Okay, so this is important. Just realised there's an altar right here. And as per my rules, whenever I pray at a new altar, I get a blessing token. There we go. That's the first blessing token achieved. I've added that on, so as you can see, we've now got 1 blessing token at the top. We're using the symbol for Mark of Grace, because blessing, grace, kind of makes sense. But now we can't go on at this altar again. So a blessing token can let me unlock 3 adjacent chunks, however I like. It's just basically 3 free chunk unlocks. Obviously they're not naturally completed, but they are unlocked and accessible.
And this is the first official cut tree of the account. All the other ones were supplied thanks to Christylize, but that is the first official tree cut down. So we're now going to get our last 4 total levels just from a quick couple wood cutting levels and fletching levels. After this level, there's 75 total level. That is our first chunk unlock with total level. Only 50 more levels until the next one. Just like I said in my plan earlier, we're going to take the Port Piscarius chunk that we have, which gives us access to the ship to Port Sarim or Land's End. We are going to go ahead and unlock the Land's End chunk. With this, we will gain some nice fishing spots to start our fishing grind. And with my Huntsman class, any chunks with hunter locations in them are freely unlocked. So these adjacent hunter chunks north and east of Land's End are unlocked for me.
Oh, look at this army random, bro. I got the army top, the camo top. That is a collection log slot. Yes. So we talked about getting that hunter chunk, crumbling tower basement. But I think that's the play anyway, since this one was just a random event one. So the cooking is done. You put your guesses in chat. Whoever gets it right might get something special. So our total level is currently 135. We are 40 levels off getting our next orienteering token. We are in our new hunting chunk. You need at least 5 construction to repair the spinning wheel. Well, I don't have construction as a skill. So these are in the chunk, but this is not a walkable tile area. So Flax, unfortunately, we can't get it. Yeah, and as far as using this chunk, guys, I don't think it's going to be something we're going to be doing right now. I think eventually for hunting, we'll come over here. I'm still probably going to stack a whole bunch of these arrow shafts because my teammates don't really have access to woodcutting right now, but they may have access to feathers. So we'll keep all these arrow shafts and need to just get a bunch of them until we have the longbows unlocked. And it only takes up 1 inventory space, so I don't have to go to the bank. Another big level 10 fletching has been achieved. We can now cut regular logs and fletch them into longbows, which is going to be huge. Double experience compared to the shafts and the short bows. You can also sell them for money. For one, I need a whole bunch of bait and I need a whole bunch of feathers. And the only way I can get that right now is through Clum and his chunks. But I'm not going to try and make him spend his money on that. If anything, I want to try and fund my own projects. So that's the goal here with fletching.
Just entered the Clan Wars portal to get some run energy back and unlocked a music track, which means we are 1 more music track away from an unlock. Do you get one for Death's Domain? You do. I don't really care about your death. That means we have 3 music tracks, so we actually have the option to unlock an adjacent chunk. So I have just got a little bit excited and got ahead of myself and entered the Clan Wars portal in Death's Domain to unlock 2 more music tracks, giving me 55, which unlocks me a chunk. But the reason that I did that, I just completely forgot to explain, is that I have a blessing token. And I have used that, so I'm going to make it 0, to unlock 3 chunks. And the 3 chunks are this one, to access what I've just spoke about. This one, so when I get Pray Magic, I can go and pray at another altar. So I think in the long run, this is going to be a useful unlock. And the last one is going to be this kind of empty looking chunk here. It's the one right next to where I started. And the reason for that is 1, it's easier to run through if I need to get back. And 2, it's not got much in it. The only tasks are to kill skeletons and get the best in slot drops. So if we, for example, get a drop better than the Iron Med on the drop, we don't have to do that anymore because it's no longer a best in slot. So this eventually will be a free natural completion for us. So that's where my 3rd one's going to go. So now we've unlocked this chunk, let's pray at this altar. Let's just lower our prayer points a little bit. There we go. And that is another blessing token unlocked. So even though we used one, we've got one straight back. We can give this away to one of our teammates, or we can use it ourselves. Now here's where the team part comes in handy. So as we all know, Ferox has a teleport to Soul Wars. And Chris in episode 1 unlocked Soul Wars, and because of that rule, when a minigame teleport or a minigame in general is unlocked, all of us unlock the chunk for that minigame. So as long as I've got a way to access the minigame, I can go there for free. Which means this is completely valid without using my unlock for the 3 music tracks. So now I've unlocked Soul Wars.
So as I'm grinding here away at my woodcutting, I'm just trying to plan out kind of a pathway on what the account wants to do. We obviously just unlocked Land's End, which gives us access to a couple things down the line. However, one of the big issues that I'm running into right now is actually that I don't have arrows, and I don't have an easy way to access arrows. Now, after doing some research, my best and fastest way to get direct access to arrows is to fletch them myself. Now you might be wondering, how am I going to get the arrowheads? Well, that is where, yet again, the Port Piscarius chunk comes into play. With Port Piscarius, we can travel over to Port Sarim here, and with Port Sarim, we can then take the ship to Pest Control. So we will need 2 chunk unlocks to get to Pest Control, and on Pest Control Island, I can start buying some arrowheads. So I need to get my fletching up as well as my total level to unlock those 2 chunks. That way we can have permanent access to arrows. I'm going to be sitting here for a little bit. Probably just going to be fletching my regular logs into arrow shafts up until level 10 fletching. And then we'll switch over to some longbows here like Christylize has provided me with. That way we can sell them for some GP, because we're going to need some money in order to fletch some arrows.
So we just got done accessing the group storage after Klon went into the fishing shop for us. So we have a few items he gave us. Now these herbs are given to me from his kills on the men. I'm going to take these because it's one of my tertiary skills. So I'm going to hold on to them for him. But these items, the feathers, fishing bait, fly fishing rod, and regular fishing rod, I don't have a way to get them otherwise. So we fished the herring and cooked the herring. Those 2 tasks knocked off for the Isle. I'm going to do a comprehensive breakdown of all of the legends that I've created for this game mode. So you'll be able to get a full in-depth review for all of the classes, all the skillers, all the combat specialists, all the adventurers. And I'm trying to make it so that I can get the rule set in a little Google document for everybody. So if you do want to try and pick this up with your friends, that rule set will be available to you guys. But yeah, just wanted to make a quick mention to it if you guys are stumbling in and you haven't seen the previous episodes. I really wish I had a farming patch on the island. That would make things really nice to have just one more skill we could add to the total level. But our closest farming patch is, gosh, probably be down here at this bush. Like because we have Soul Wars teleport, so we could get to Edgeville. We can't just chop regular logs all day with just a bronze woodcutting axe. That's just not gonna work. Come on, baby, give me that chunk. Don't give me no flax now. Let's go. We got the chest piece. This is about to be huge. So I'm going to unlock Edgeville. Let's do this. For one, there's a dungeon here. There's willow trees there. There's oak trees there. This is what I really want to talk about. These are our adjacent chunks. Barbarian Village, Champions Guild, Lumbridge, Ferox Enclave, the little pond up here in the wilderness. Scouts get free chunks if there's a fishing or a farming patch located in them. So we are getting Barbarian Village for free. We are getting Draenor Manor for free. We are getting River Lum for free because farming patch here, and fishing here. Lumbridge is also an adjacent chunk, and it's got fishing in it, so that's free for us. I'm not even done yet, guys. This isn't even my final form. To the west is the tree patch, which we get for free as well. To the south, we've got the cactus patch. To the east, we've got a hop patch right here for free. Al-Kharid for free because it's fishing. I don't think I'll ever have a better play than this. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9 adjacent chunks based off of just Edgeville. This is the kind of map unlocking that I wanted to see with this game mode. Scout's really the only legend that can do something like this. Yeah, look at this fat chunk in Misslin that we just got unlocked. It's crazy. This really opens up so much for our whole team. I can't wait to deep dive into this.
What's great about this is this portal also takes you to Edgeville. Now, Edgeville has a cooking range, which I'm a bard, right? So I get it for free. So I still have the unlock for the 3 music tracks. And because bards love populated cities, and it's basically where we hang out all the time, this is where it gets mega interesting. Because although when we go around the outskirts of a lot of places, there's not pubs or ranges, so I'm not really going to be able to unlock a lot of those tiles. But while we're at Edgeville, if we take a look...
Scout's really the only legend that can do something like this. Scout's really the only legend that can do something like this. Scout's really the only legend that can do something like this.
There's a pub at Barbarian Village, so we get that. and there's a cooking range in this West Varrock chunk, and then there is a pub in the Varrock chunk. There's a cooking range to the south at the Champions Guild chunk, and there's a cooking range there. The pub in this one, the icon's in the top chunk, but the entrance is in the bottom. Both the entrances are. So I'm actually going to count this pub as this chunk, meaning I do not unlock this one. We also have a cooking range in the palace, and I think, oh no, and we get the sawmill chunk because there's a pub there and a cooking range as well. And that's it, I believe. Oh no, there's a cooking range at Draenor Manor, which unlocks Falador. There's a pub here. Okay, and now that's it. That is everywhere that I have unlocked bit by bit, and all of it's accessible apart from Falador here. So I can't get to Falador yet without the teleport. However, the chunk is unlocked, which means if I can hit 37 magic at any point, if I've not got here by then I can teleport there and use it, which is amazing. So this seems really overpowered, but I did just spend 13 hours in my first chunk. All these got unlocked by the various rules that we discussed earlier. I just got really lucky that all the adjacent chunks have pubs or ranges in. And like I said, that's the beauty of being a bard. We love cities. However, if we start moving towards like the east, there's no pubs or anything like that in these chunks, which means it's going to be very hard to unlock the swamp, for example, and all sorts of stuff. It's just the major cities. So while this looks overpowered for now, and it is, we've just gone from like 1 to 20 chunks, it does mean that we can get some awesome content for you. If there's any confusion, refer to the rule set. Also, I completely didn't realise, but from coming here, we've unlocked 3 more music tracks, putting us at 58. Because we started at 52, that means we have unlocked 6, which means we now have 2 chunk unlocks, which we're going to save for now, just in case we need them later down the line.
There's 15 wood cutting. I can now cut oak logs, but we are still going to be cutting down just regular trees until we get to 15 fletching. Oh, we got ourselves another random event here. We got ourselves a miles random event. That is a bowl. And what will you give me? 240 coins. We'll take that. That's some free GP. Can't complain. So I ended up realizing here that I should probably head down towards Land's End right now. That way I am much closer to a bank in order to bank the longbows when I hit level 10 fletching. We've got our crossbow spawn as well, so we will be able to use our 125 bronze bolts, which is very nice. And if you look right here, we have our bank. So we can open up the group storage. We'll take out these 106 longbows that our good friend Christylize has made for us. And
My hands hurt.
and we will eventually go over to the general store and sell all of these for a decent profit to start. And that's level 10 fletching. We're now going to switch over to making some longbows. Just adding to the cash stack a little bit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to walk over to the bank, pull out any more longbows that Chris has made, and we will go and sell them, see how much money we've made.
Let's take care of a couple of housekeeping things. Go over to Edgeville with our teleport. I haven't gone through and checked the task yet because I need to go do a specific thing before I get off for the night. I can only make a dugout. Let me see how far I can get with the dugout. This should, yep, we are in an unlocked chunk here. Okay, let's hit this one more time. We are now in Lumbridge, which is amazing. Let me talk to Bob. Okay, steel axe is why we're here. Great, we've got all 3. Beautiful. So this is our best in slot woodcutting axe for a little bit, but that's great because I know Clum had plans to get an iron axe. Well, he's getting a steel axe thanks to the scout. Let's go ahead. We've thrown those in there. Thank you again so much for watching, guys. You may hear this from the other creators as well, but I just want to thank you for the support on the new series. I'm hoping and praying that this will catch on because I mean, it's my baby as far as game modes are concerned. So Give me all the feedback that you can think of, positive and negative. I want to hear it all. All right, we actually got a bird's nest drop, which is great. I was just talking about how I needed some seeds, and this one just gave us banana tree seed. And we don't have a fruit tree patch unlocked, but we will eventually. Banana trees are 33. Yeah, so that's not too much of a grind to be able to plant that, so that's some good experience. And obviously the bird's nest is free GP. We actually just hit 25 fletching, which is great. So now I can make those oak longbows. We are 1 total level off of getting our next chunk and getting our next orienteering token, which is interesting. I have to make a choice with that one as well on whether or not I want to gift it or if I want to use it. I think I'm leaning towards gifting it just based off of my teammates. I wouldn't even say disposition, but I'm trying to speed up the grind for everybody. Obviously, I'm having no shortage of chunks to access, so grinding total levels is not really a big deal for me. For other classes right now, it may be a little bit difficult just because we're in that early game stage. You have no obligation to help your team, so if you want to just like completely own the map and just slam through it, you're welcome to, but it's all up to your individual team. So I had to take a break from grinding because I still need to go in and fill in all the tasks for the chunks that we unlocked in our last episode. If I missed anything, then obviously I'll go back and add it in as a task, but we added pretty much everything into our task list over here, which you can see it's a mile long now. We've hit total level 176. That did award us another orienteering token. We can unlock a chunk. What I may end up doing, I'm liking the look of 12,339 because we get adjacent chunks. We get this chunk, and this chunk if we unlock it. There's also the option of getting this chunk here, which I think I may go for that one, honestly, guys. Like, I know that I can get more chunks if I go 12,339 right here. Like, I could get Draenor Village, Port Sarum, and I can get South Falador Farm. It's tough because I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my orienteering token, and I do think I'm going to continue to hold on to it for Tellacon. So I'm trying to make my decision based off of that. There's a fishing rod spawn here. There's copper longtails here. Oh, we do get mahoganies and teaks. For my next token, I'm going to unlock 8750, make that green. Now, because we locked 8750, the adjacent chunk that includes fishing is automatically unlocked for us as well. So let's save that, and then I'm going to figure out and see if I can maybe complete one of the chunks nearby, because that would be our 5th naturally completed chunk, awarding us a tertiary skill.
So, first things first, altars. I currently have 2 chunks available from unlocking the music tracks. So I'm going to use one here because there's 2 altars. I'm not sure I can get this one yet without the armor, which means I might be locked out of it because I am a pure. Bards can't train defense until 1500 total when all combat skills are unlocked. However, I can use the monastery one. So I'm going to do that now. I've just got 2 more music tracks for entering this chunk. I originally put the music tracks to 10, but we weighed it down to 3. Maybe a better balance would be around 5. Could be something to consider for the future. That's right, I completely forgot about this. You need 31 prayer to actually go up to the altar. Oops. Well, that was technically a waste of a chunk, for now, but in the long run it'll be fine. So I've got 1 chunk left from music unlocks. First things first, I have 3 altars in these chunks that I unlock. So I'm going to go pray at them all to get some blessing tokens. First altar is Varrock Palace. Next is the church. And number 3. I guess there's 4 blessing tokens. We're not going to use those for now, but that is 12 more chunks. Obviously the map's huge, but 12 chunks can go a long way. But I might want to share them out with my friends. From doing that, we've also got 69 music tracks. Nice. But minus the 52 we originally had, that's 17. So we have 5 natural chunks that we can get. We've already used 1, so there's 4 left. Again, we'll save those for if we need them. I don't think I can pass those around though. I think they're just for me.
Alrighty, we are here at the general store now. We have 302 longbows to sell. We're starting with a cash stack of 277. Gonna sell my bird nest as well. So we're at 458. I think with this many longbows, probably gonna sell about 5 per world. Might get lazy here and there and sell 10. But we will see what the cash stack's looking like at the end. So after selling all those longbows, I managed to gather up about 2,200 feathers. I split half of them in the group storage for Christylize to use on his arrow shafts for some fletching experience. As you can see in my inventory here, we've fletched up 12 more longbows. Got ourselves to 15 fletching, so we can now fletch some iron arrows, which is going to come in a lot of good once I get Pest Control Island unlocked. 25 fishing. We are now 3 total levels away from our next chunk unlock. Alright, so with that total level of 175, we have gone ahead and we have unlocked ourselves the Pest Control chunk, like I had spoke about earlier. This is going to give us access to the ranged shop down there, which sells some arrow tips for me. I'm going to go ahead and buy up as many iron arrow tips as I can with the cash stack that I have to make all these headless arrows into iron arrows. And then we're going to go do some crazy ranged training, you guys. So I'm going to take the boat here over to Port Sarim. We're going to travel over here. We are going to run over to the pest control boat and take that boat. And I will see you guys in a second.
Future Christylize here, just letting you guys know I'm actually dubbing over this clip because I was going to go complete Al-Kharid by buying the items in the store, but for some reason I didn't account for the kill tasks in this chunk. So just disregard that. I fix it by the end of this video. I just didn't record my initial reaction. Sorry about that. Okay, Myth Scimitar is 1,040 coins. That is completed. Let's go bank this scimitar. I won't be able to use this for a long time, but I'll hold on to it. Oh, look, these tiles are left over from my tile man. There we go. There's the anchovy. That completes the task. There it is. Prince Ali has been started. Yep, that's step 1 completed. The main thing I'm doing here is I'm checking to see where the map location is. Let me see where it brings me on the map. It doesn't bring us anywhere on the map, so I can complete this quest, which is insane, because that doesn't always happen for quests. That's badass. I'm going to complete this quest then. It's a really easy quest to do. It doesn't have any requirements other than what's on this island. And there is Mistland Mystery completed. This did award 600 crafting experience. So unfortunately, I'm looking at my map and I'm realizing that I could have unlocked Draenor Village and Port Sarim when I went through and unlocked all of these chunks. So I do have to wait until my next chunk unlock phase at 250 total level. I'm constantly just examining the map and thinking of places I can go. I'm just trying to make mental notes of everything. It's a lot to keep up with. I'm sure it's a lot for you as the viewers to keep up with, but I'm going to do my best to organize it and make it digestible for everybody to watch. I'm not going to go any deeper down the rabbit hole. I'll just focus on one grind at a time.
One of the skills that I've got as a main skill is cooking. I've not trained it all yet because I've not been able to fish anything or kill anything that can drop meat to cook. But the boys have been nice enough to leave me all this raw food in the group storage. So I'm going to go cook this and get some levels.
Alright, as you can see, we are in our new chunk, our pest control chunk. Right here is our ranged shop. And we can buy 10 iron arrow tips at a time. We are going to be doing a lot of world hopping for this. One great thing about coming here, now all of the teammates in the group will be able to use the pest control teleport if they want to. The only requirement that they will need is 40 combat. So right now I am only at level 16 combat. So while I can physically travel here with the boat because of my chunks, I won't be able to use the minigame teleport until 40 combat. So for now, traveling here will just be from the boat in Port Sarim.
Okay, and all those fish are cooked. 35 cooking, and we're only 16 levels away from the next chunk unlock. Not bad. I am free to play at the minute. I'm going to get members again in a second. Membership ran out. Oops. But the progress has been juicy. Now, we're going to end this episode by taking a look at the map. These are my currently unlocked chunks. There are a few chunks that I might be able to complete next episode. This one's basically just kill a grizzly bear because I've got a steel weapon and a steel dagger. So when I kill a grizzly bear, this chunk isn't actually completed. But we'll get more into that next episode. I'm done for this one.
Alright, so we finished up some world hopping. We didn't fully world hop because I wanted to save some cash if I needed it for anything else. We got 1,500 iron arrow tips, 620 steel arrow tips. I decided to start buying them in the middle of my world hopping. So we're going to go ahead, fletch these up, and then we are going to get on to some ranged training. Catch you in a bit. Alright, so we went ahead here. We actually ended up hopping worlds a little bit more. Just decided to spend most of the rest of the cash stack on some steel arrows for when we inevitably upgrade our short bow to something better. Hopefully a willow short bow, maybe even better. Just depends what range level we get with these 1,500 iron arrows. So I'm going to fletch these together and we'll see what fletching level we end up with. Alright, now that we've fletched all our arrows, we're going to head back to Port Sarim. We are then going to travel over to Land's End, or over to, sorry, Port Piscarilius, and we're going to go train on some hill giants with our arrows. Try and see what drops we can get some prayer XP. Alright, we grabbed some food from the bank, and we are going to make our first ever trip down to the Catacombs of Korend.
All three of us really hope you enjoyed that episode. Obviously, if you've not seen episode 1, please go to Chris's channel. It's got the episode 0 and the rule set videos coming out there as well. But I'm Tellacon. Next week it's on Caleb's channel, so make sure to subscribe to him. And on that note, thanks for watching, love you and leave you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!